All right,
Good.
everybody, this is Heat Override, and I'm ready to bring the pain for you this week. We got my buddy Dave on. This is going to be really fun. So we're going to play a little bit of the music right now. And yeah. So how's your day going, man?
I'm good, man.
That's cool.
Can't complain.
No, I mean, Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl. So that's the best part.
Yeah. Hell yeah, dude.
Still going to talk you into doing this if they did lose, but.
Oh, you probably would have. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm happy they're there. It was, like I said last year, they won all that money for me. I put more money on them to win it again, and I got a lot of fights. Dude. I know.
It's amazing. Living the dream, man.
You are. It's gonna really work out for you overall. Like,
man,
if Mahomes, now I argued with people over this crap, right? Like Mahomes being better than Brady.
Who'd you argue with?
Stupid Twitter people. and then Facebook people, like friends, just people that think that Tom Brady's the GOAT. And I can't take anything from 6 Super Bowls, 10 appearances. He did go somewhere else under a different system, but a good system. Bruce Arians' system is amazing. So,
except it's not conducive to what Tom Brady does, though.
No, it's not. But he melded. He did all right.
Yeah, but we'll see what happens. There's gonna be a conflict of interest there.
Well, I mean, the Chiefs are just unstoppable at times. Really, they're just
a good team, man.
Yeah. And the defense has really picked it up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So, I mean, that's the key right there is your defense is hot right now. They've stopped who they've needed to stop. And you guys really don't run the ball, which is the Tampa Bay's defense strength is stopping the run. You guys don't really need to run. So this is just really going to come down to Tampa Bay's secondary and Mahomes. And then if they can get pressure, but I don't think they're going to get much pressure.
Didn't happen last time. Look at Tyreek. He had 200 yards in the first quarter of that Tampa Bay game.
Yeah. 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 And that's funny too, because they've seen each other. And I think that if there is going to be a discussion one day, to who, of course, Mahomes would have to go on and break all the records, but he's going to probably need at least 4 Super Bowls to get close to Tom in a discussion. And he has to.
I don't even really worry about that, man, because, he's, like I said, it's his 4th year,
Yeah.
I mean, come on. What more can you ask for? 3 AFC championships in a row, 2 Super Bowls, 1 MVP, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this right here, the back-to-back right now is so close. And it so can happen because unlike last year where you guys kind of gave everybody a lead, you guys kind of just have been jumping out to leads.
Yeah, and just letting it go. And then if we needed to score another point or 2, we'd do it. People don't realize that. They're like, well, what's wrong with the Chiefs? They're only winning by 6 points. Well, we're jumping out to leads and just letting it go. And then if it gets close, we just fucking score and then, put the game away.
That's exactly it. And, we're like, you guys go, oh, we need to score. The Rams couldn't score. And they would, like all year, I bitched about it, that would drive me crazy because they would get like 20, 23 points and the whole offense would just turn off. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, they're going to come back. They always did.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
You guys, no, you're just like, oh, wait a minute, we got to score. Okay.
Yep.
Done.
Yeah, it was never really. I mean, the only game, that Raiders game, is they caught us sleeping. That was the only thing.
They almost caught you twice. Yeah.
Because you got to think about the Raiders. They went balls out on those games because that was their Super Bowl, man. They had, Derek Carr was sick of losing,
And, well, I mean, I think in those retrospects, I think a lot of it had to go off of Darren Waller too. I mean, I don't have the stats in front of me right now, but I'm pretty sure that they had everybody was clicking against you guys, but they were more desperate than you guys. You guys kind of like even with the Steelers, you guys were like, go ahead, no loss team. We'll just keep moving along and too. And
And
then,
we still only lost. We didn't lose by much. I mean, we were like that, you know.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was like,
you didn't lose.
it's like,
You didn't lose by much. You're right. Yeah.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, whatever. You got to
Yeah.
lose one, you know.
Yeah. You got to,
It's better to lose one. You get it out of the way.
Unless you're the
Yeah.
Rams, and you can find a different bunch of ways to lose a bunch of different games.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
okay, we're
yeah.
going to go 5 turnovers against this beat up San Francisco team like twice. And then
Yeah.
we're going to go 5 turnovers here. And then we're going to go 7 turnovers with the Dolphins or whatever. It was like, okay, I can't take this shit. Like,
No. And then, all last week, I was going around, I had all my Chiefs gear on, going out to stores and that. And these Buffalo fans were so ignorant. They were coming up to me, and I'm like, I didn't say nothing. Yep. I'm like, y'all don't remember 1994? Because I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget that. You screwed us out of the shit. So it's coming back. It's revenge.
Comes back around.
Yeah. All those times the Buffalo beat us and shit. Fuck that. Just fucking torched their ass.
I mean, and you guys had a good team then, and they had a good team. But I'll say, when it comes to Kelly versus like Montana at the time, it was kind of at that point where Buffalo.
Well, Montana got hurt in that game. He got hurt in that game. He got a concussion. So we got blitzed, man. We got tore up,
Yeah.
So,
hey, then that's football, and you guys really almost had it happen to you again. Cleveland was really that close.
That game was going to get out of hand if Mahomes wouldn't have went out. You knew that. You knew that.
Oh yeah, of course. Mahomes stays in that game.
Yeah, it was heading for a blowout. And then they got a little bit of life when that happened. That's all. And they still couldn't do it against our backup quarterback. So Cleveland was no threat.
The thing, in the end, they couldn't stop Travis Kelce.
No,
they couldn't. Even when he came out, when he had like a 30 or 40-yard catch to like solidify the end of that game.
Yeah.
So you still couldn't cover that pattern.
Nope.
And you had the backup throwing it, which clearly shows just, this is Andy Reid, as always. Great play design, getting people ready to step in. They didn't want to risk Mahomes, pulled him out. Well, I mean, they didn't have really a choice with the protocols and stuff. But I mean, you guys got through it, and then they were worried about Buffalo, and you got Buffalo and Green Bay kind of fell into the same thing where they were like, well, we're down, and so we're going to kick field goals.
Yeah. They're eating their own hype. That's all they were doing.
Yeah.
They're eating their own hype. We beat Buffalo early in the season pretty handily. Yeah. So I didn't see anything. I wasn't scared of Buffalo. I wasn't scared of Cleveland. I was like, these two teams should not be here. That's the Ravens spot. The Ravens screwed themselves out of that spot.
Yeah. And I'm just going to throw into Pittsburgh's poor play at the end of the year, and they just not being able to run the ball. That was that too, because that defense, but I think overall, losing those 2 star linebackers just really destroyed that defense when it was done. Yeah. Like, you can't put backups in and replace, Devin Bush. You can't replace that. His speed is freaking phenomenal. And then the other guy, 48, 45, Bud Dupree.
Oh, yeah.
Those guys, that's another blitzer. So that frees up TJ Watt. When it came down to it, they just didn't have nothing. In Buffalo, they had most of their defensive guys, so they had no reason to, be doing that. And at the same time, Cleveland, the same thing too. They, when they were playing, they were trying to, they didn't commit to the run. They tried to do all this dumb shit.
Yep. They just weren't ready for the moment, You're
right. That's what being young is about, right? Except some people are young and can take it better.
Yep. And you see Josh Allen at the end of that Buffalo game acting like an asshole, throwing the ball in friggin' Okafor's face and starting shit. And just inexperience, man. He'll learn,
Yeah, but the thing is you don't ever know if you're ever going to get a chance to get back there. And they really have no running back. That's why when I heard they were into discussions for Le'Veon Bell, I was like, they need Le'Veon Bell. They needed somebody else, because if they got one injury, which happened to their rookie, Zach Moss, who was clearly being the bell cow at the end. Once that injury happened, little Singletary came in. He couldn't push the pile. They didn't even use him in the passing game, and that's where they used him. So it was
Yep.
like that threw off everything. And then John Brown didn't show up. Cole Beasley trying to say he was playing with a broken leg. Okay, that's fine. You want to be tough. You're not the first guy, bro. You know,
Yeah.
Jack Youngblood went all the way to the Super Bowl with a broken leg,
Yeah.
played in it, you know, and people are tough, and that's good that they were tough. But I mean, in the end, and the same thing with the Packers too. You know,
Mhm.
they literally just they couldn't cover. They couldn't cover.
Nope.
Tom Brady picked them apart.
No.
And they kept
That was
punting. And I'm like,
that was a badly officiated game because
yeah,
they
that was
let
too.
everything go until the end where they called that him pulling on the dude's shirt.
Yep.
Everything else in the whole game went. There were pass interferences all over the field, holdings,
Yes, there
all that.
was.
But they didn't call anything. They let them play. And then at the end of the game, when it counts the most, they call that.
Yep. Like,
And
I
screw
know
'em.
that you brought that up, the other pass interferences. There was that one, I'm pretty sure the one that they missed where he grabbed him around the waist.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah.
grabbed him. And it was
Mhm.
on both sides too, but he grabbed him. So it was like there was a lot of things missed. And then you're right, that last ball, he was a little far. He
Yep.
did impede him, but it was like, okay, if he impedes him, that's a fast guy. He catches the ball.
Yep.
Does he not catch the ball? I thought in the end, when I did my analysis last week, or actually 2 weeks ago now, because it's a whole week later, when I broke it down and why these teams were going to win, it worked out exactly the way it was going to be. Kansas City could score more, and Tampa Bay was just going to have the matchups. They were going to have. There was just no way that Jair Alexander could cover everybody.
Well, their defense screwed themselves at the end of before the end of the half, where they got that cheap touchdown, that bomb.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are you doing there? Come
Yeah.
on. The only thing you have
Yeah.
to do is keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah,
Come on.
that Scotty Miller touchdown was huge
Yeah.
for me in DFS because
I'm like,
that's how
come
I had him. I had Scotty Miller in, and I was like, that's my dude, you know. And that
Yeah.
was just one of those guys that he was super duper cheap, and I was just able to put him in every lineup. And then when that touchdown happened, he just
Yeah.
it's for sure score. You're not going to lose because the people who don't have Scotty Miller are not going to beat the people that had Scotty Miller because of the salary relief. Unfortunately, running back was crap. It was crap. So I kind of knew that going into it. I didn't play any Aaron Jones, and then him getting injured going out that game. That just like it really didn't matter, you know. They just got punked, and now you get the GOAT versus the new GOAT, and you get this whole Super Bowl. So, what do you think are the key, Chiefs' keys to victory? Let's go with 3.
Well, you know, their defense going to have to keep everything in front of them, make Tom Brady just dink and dunk.
Yeah.
You know, and I think they could do that. Their pass defense is really good.
You're right.
So you know, and I don't know, the big guys up front got to stop the run. That's all.
Yeah. I think that's really it right there. It's just to go off of that. It comes down to being able to stop that run, stop Ronald Jones, and stop Fournette. Both of them touch the ball at least 12 to 15 times each. And then from there, all you got to cover, like Antonio Brown will probably play. And then, you know, you still have Scotty Miller behind him. You have Gronk. And I don't think Gronk's really going to be like that much of a factor. He's kind of, they've been using Gronk and Bright a lot now. But I think with all those mouths to feed with Godwin, Evans, and then I assume Brown coming back, there's just going to be a lot of targets going around. And that's why Gronk don't get the ball no more. So it's really just going to come down to your, I guess, nickel. It's going to come down to nickel because you got to play those guys. Those guys are not good.
I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine, dude. Last time we played them, it was all garbage points. That's why the score looked closer than it should have been.
Yeah.
It was all garbage points by them. They had to try to come back.
Yeah.
You know, jumped out on
they don't have an answer for Tyreek Hill. They don't.
No. What are you going to do? Double them? Go ahead and look what you're going to leave open. Sammy Watkins is coming back. Then you got
Kelsey.
I
saw that. I actually have him in a lineup because he's priced really low. So I was like, you know, I see a questionable tag. I'm gonna throw him in. He always fucking stings me though, man. He
comes up big. He comes up big. Came up
You're
big
right.
last
He'll do
year
like
in the
that
Super Bowl.
160 and 2 touchdown day.
Yeah.
You know, but I honestly, I think I have a prop bet on Travis Kelce being Super Bowl MVP. Of course, I have Mahomes being the MVP. He's probably going to be the MVP, but you never know. Like Kelce has literally had like he had the best like tight end year ever.
Oh
He
yeah, he would
was
have been a
almost-
leading receiver if they wouldn't have sat him
Yeah,
in the last
yep.
week. He would have been a
Mhm.
leading receiver in the league.
That's something.
That's crazy.
That's Tony Gonzalez
Yeah,
type level shit. And
Yeah.
and this is about the Tony Gonzalez, because where he's at in his career is about when like Tony Gonzalez made that whole transition to Atlanta,
yeah,
and then he still flourished in Atlanta those last 3-4 years leading into, so like, you know, Travis Kelce, another 3-4 years. I had
Yeah.
to think about him a couple of years ago. I didn't see this. Last year, I guessed was pretty on. I figured that because you guys abandoning the run game, you guys are going to pass the ball. It was going to be more heavy. And that,
Mhm.
but I did not see this much production. I don't think anybody did from
No.
Kelce this year. That
No.
was a lot, especially
That was
that
pretty
last
good.
game.
It was
I
a
mean,
good season.
That Buffalo game shows why. Yes. What did he catch? Like 12
gonna
balls in
eat
that
you up?
game?
Huh?
Yeah. What do you have? Like 12 catches, 13 catches? He had
Oh, yeah.
9 at half.
Yeah, he's like 116, 17 yards or something like that.
Yeah. This is
It's
nasty.
crazy.
You know,
It is crazy.
I kind of want to, like, when I look at and this goes back to the Packers, like when I go like to the receivers, so Devontae Adams is just amazing.
Yeah.
But when you go behind that, MVS, Lazard, the St. Brown guy, those guys are chumps.
Yeah.
Tunyon is the guy over that. Just in my opinion, I've always never been an MVS fan, and I've never been a Lazard fan, but more of a Lazard fan. But I think that was junk, and I think that's what helped them cover. You guys do have Sammy Watkins who play, but Mecole Hardman showed last game, who also played a lot too. The running, the end of
Oh,
bounds,
yeah.
the what they can do with him,
Mm-hmm.
it opens so much more up for you guys as well. So he's more deadly, in my opinion, than Lazard or MVS.
Oh, yeah.
And most of the time, that's just Aaron Rodgers catching them and Adams getting doubled or triple teamed, and they're blowing off. You guys ain't going to do that. You're going to leave the Honey Badger out there doing their thing.
Nope. Nope.
No.
Don't give any open space to those guys. Hardman or Hill, they're going to kill you.
Yep. Yeah.
5 yards of open field to make a cut or something, like they're going to make you look stupid. You know?
Yeah. Do you guys think you dressed Le'Veon Bell for this?
Oh yeah, probably.
Okay. All right. I mean, last time they didn't.
He's healthy. He's healthy. He'll be healthy this time.
All right. Now that brings me to the thing. Isn't this gonna be kind of funny? Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell are going to be on the field at the same time in a Super Bowl, and they're not a Steeler. Like this is strange.
Big Ben should be ashamed of himself for running those guys out.
Yeah. It's that I think that just comes more towards the Rooneys, though. That's just the style of Pittsburgh. Where they're gonna always stay like that. Whereas the Rams are like, okay, Goff, we gave you a few years. You fumble the ball around.
They just wanted to win, dude. They wanted to be on team to win. That's all. That's it.
But the Jets, I mean,
he's totally different now, man. Le'Veon, he's a model citizen there, man. He don't say nothing. He's just happy to be there. He's happy to be on a winning team.
A team that can get him a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
Because his numbers over a certain period of time, he was one of the best running backs in the league, especially out of the backfield. And that's another thing too, is I thought for a while that you guys would use him out of the backfield. And you just don't even throw the ball to your running backs.
No, not really, but they sparingly used him a little bit. Not much, but here and there they would use him.
Yeah.
And he did pretty good, for what he had to do. Remember, he's the backup, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Clyde coming back finally and working it out pretty good and getting some work in there is good. But I just don't think that there's enough to you guys just don't care. You guys pretty much just run to just throw them off. Yeah. Everything else is about the pass.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a hell of a game. I mean, I could see this game probably going kind of like last games into the 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
But being the Super Bowl, you don't know if it'll go like that. Sometimes they get weird.
They get tight, but I don't know. I don't know. Once you open up the floodgates, who knows? With the Chiefs, man, that's drop 30 on you in like a quarter. And
the Tampa Bay has that offense that if Tom Brady comes out and he is off, and
Oh
he
yeah.
goes a couple 3 and outs, you could be
Oh, it's
looking
over.
at even being down
It's over.
13 to nothing,
Yeah.
14 to nothing, 21 to nothing. You're going to be down. You're
Yep.
going to be down.
He can't afford to do 3 and outs. Not against the Chiefs. You
Nope.
have to score every time.
Yeah.
You have
I
to
got to
score.
say, they have to score in their first 3 possessions. They have to score twice to have a
Yeah.
chance against the Chiefs. If they do not, I'm not saying they can't beat the Chiefs or the Chiefs are just going to run away with it. But I think it's those first few drives, because if you see what happened with Buffalo, where it just boom, boom, and you're like, they're just
Watch
things.
out.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's coming.
It's nice. It's nice. And they're going to let the people into the stadiums. There's going to be kind of a feel of a football game here, a football game.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But
can't wait.
Yeah. I know that this season's still going on. What would you like to see them add next year? Maybe a part ways with
Just
Sammy?
get the offensive line shoring up better. You know, like Fisher's out with the Achilles now. He's getting older. It's like Schwartz is pretty much done.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to replace these guys. They're getting, they have to shore up that offensive line. Once they do that, it's lights out.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because if you take the past 2 years with the Rams, you look at, Zimmerman came back, but we lost Saffold, which was a big part of the running game. And then, we lost the other guy too. He retired too. So we lost 3 people, well, 2 people, and then eventually 1 person. And they say, well, where'd the running game go? Even though we still kind of solidly had a good running game this year.
Yeah.
Look at all rookies and second, third year guys that are coming in there and making and doing that. Where, we've had to retool, but because of our offense and the way it was built, it just completely busted everything apart. And just put us in that position. And then, of course, Gurley's not there. So, offensive line, you keep that, get the rotation coming in, have those young guys come up before the old guys leave, or you got to end up in a position like the Rams where just everybody goes away and you're just like, okay, we have like a whole new line. And it's not going to work.
We're just lucky we had good depth on our team at this point, because that would have screwed us,
Yeah. And depth coming back, no matter what people believe about Chase Daniels, him coming in and holding that thing down, that's sometimes what you need. That solid backup. And your running backs too, because Williams is actually this just makes me think Darrell Williams is gonna blow up in this game.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, he might have some plays. Yeah. Clyde's gonna fight. He's good, dude.
Yeah.
Don't sleep on him.
I'm not sleeping on Clyde. No, I think they're gonna spread it out, but I don't think there's still gonna be enough. I just think it's all going to Tariq. It's all gonna go, but I wouldn't be surprised if Robinson worked his way in. That's gonna be the guy that gets open. But as far as like the linebackers for Tampa Bay, David, White, those guys are amazing. They're really good, but David's a little older, and chasing Travis Kelce is a whole nother task. I think that might be the key. A lot of people would look at that as a key because it's Kelce, but I think the middle of the field's going to be open a little bit.
Oh, yeah, it will be. It will be.
It'll be nice. It'll be cool.
Yep.
So
playing with house money now, boy, it's all good. I don't care. It's like last year had to get that win, Yeah.
But now it's time to make a dynasty.
Yeah. Now it's just time let's see how many we can get,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. In this man's career, let's get it. Like I said, you gets this one, he definitely can win 2-3 more.
Yeah.
And that's really what puts him into that next level, being able to, show it. Because when I was fighting with those people, it's just watching Mahomes at the beginning of this year, just watching him at any point of the year, his long ball accuracy is crazy good. It's like Rodgers. Rodgers has a great long ball accuracy. We've seen this. But people like Jared Goff, he doesn't. I watched him all year overthrow balls and overthrow receivers. And this is why he's getting looked at, whereas somebody like Mahomes doesn't get looked at because he's hitting those guys. Hitting them right on the numbers. No effort at all. He just
Yep.
It was
does his little old man jog up to the
I was about to bring that up. Dude, they was ripping on that. They were like, hey, don't be surprised about that. The little power taps and stuff, man.
The old man jog, I gotta plug
comes out there and then
before it goes dead here.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't want it to go dead.
No. So
No.
it's gonna be a fun one. So
Oh yeah.
it's also Royal Rumble weekend, man, and I know you don't watch much wrestling anymore.
Yeah, I've been out of it a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people have. They just can't
You know.
take on to the new. The Thunderdome is nice
Yeah, it's
overall.
okay.
It is, but still,
Yeah,
the posts that you saw this week. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like, oh look, we're gonna have this nice pay-per-view together, and everybody's jacked up, and it's fun, and this
right.
actually last year I had that party because it was still un-COVID,
Yeah.
and now it's like, okay, I get it. People do, the whole watch party and stuff. I'm not gonna do that.
Right.
That's
I
not
don't
me.
know.
Do you think any
I
surprises come back like Cena?
I don't know, dude. I mean, why? Why would you
Yeah.
want Cena to come back?
I just for that like one match done. I mean, this whole Goldberg, you know, coming back right now.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Yeah, and that's why AEW is getting so much play right now.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
because they're pushing the younger guys, and I think sometimes the WWE backs themselves, as always. Everybody knows this. It's nothing said new. They back themselves in a corner with like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
So, and I love Drew. I love Drew as a champion, and I think Orton's great. And I think that, everything they got like going on with like Big E, and then go over to, Bobby Lashley and his feuds right now. Like everybody is kind of where they need to be, but there's still just something missing.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not a Roman Reigns guy. You know that.
I know that. So that's an instant turn off right there.
Mm-mm.
And
It
I
really
think
isn't. As far as the men, I don't really have a guy.
Yeah. There's really no guy right now.
I like Bray Wyatt. That's pretty much my only guy right now.
Yeah. And I mean, it seems like if we go back over the last few pay-per-views with him, he always seems to have like that movie ending.
Yeah.
So then that's kind of like, in a way, that was great and it was fun, and I was dying and laughing at first. And everybody loves it, but the whole, I mean, they're not doing it every time, but the whole movie thing, it gets a little cliche now. You're trying to rely on it too much.
Right.
And at the end of the night, you can't just watch them. Yeah, it's hard to watch a movie like that, like we would fall asleep back in the day.
Oh yeah.
We were just sitting there watching it, and it's like end of the night. We've had some beers, we've ate some food, and now we're watching a movie. It's going to be watching us.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know.
I'm still going to watch it. I
like Alexa Bliss. I think,
Oh, her
Bray
angle
Wyatt.
coming
I
in
like
with
what
Bray.
they're doing, but that's it.
Yeah. And I think they need more of that, but they don't give us anything more than that.
Mm-mm.
So,
no.
Do you still listen to Busted Open every so often?
Yeah, I do. I listen to the podcast version. I don't.
Oh my God, the podcast version's so awesome, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just gets right to the bones.
Yep.
Boom.
Yeah, you don't have to listen to all the damn commercials and shit.
Yeah, and the commercials are at least 20 minutes of that. So
yeah,
to me, it's that's one thing, and
you get the meat and potatoes with the podcast. You don't have to.
Yeah. Yeah, you might get a commercial or two, but they're not going to be as long.
Right.
Like you might get like two in a row, but that'll be 30-second and a 30-second.
Right. Which makes no sense to me, because you're paying for Sirius satellite and they just kill you with commercials. It's
yes.
You're paying for it. It's a premium service. Why am I getting commercials?
It's the same, and they do the same thing on. I think just because on those talk channels they have to do that.
Yeah.
But then of course on the music channels there's not much. There's none.
Right.
So I guess that's what you pay for, but you don't. But they got to pay for all that stuff, because that's how eventually I found Busted Open, was on Sirius XM. Just listening, and then they came in with a promo.
So, yeah.
But
I still listen to that. Yeah,
it's good stuff. Like, so you get the whole Busted Open thing going on. Where do you think WrestleMania's gonna head? Do you think they're gonna have everybody with Daniel Bryan being back and things? Do you think there's one person that's gonna come for this Royal Rumble and actually be able to win the title from somebody?
Who has the title? Drew McIntyre?
Yeah.
And he's fighting Goldberg, right?
Yeah, hold on, I got it right here. Yeah, I think that's what it is, because I was like,
At the Royal Rumble, he's fighting Goldberg for the title, right?
yeah, we're right on that. Because I was trying to think Roman Reigns is fighting Kevin Owens, of course, in the last man standing, and then it's Drew and Goldberg, of course, yeah.
So let's just say it's somehow, some way, like, so Drew's gonna win. Okay, so he's your champ, and who's the champ on the other?
It's Roman.
Roman's SmackDown champ.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And okay, so and then there's the Raw champ is Drew McIntyre.
Yep. Yeah.
And everybody else is in the Royal Rumble.
Pretty much, yeah. So you're gonna get, you got like Edge is in there, Dolph Ziggler, Zayn, Mustafa Ali, Jeff Hardy. Really, it's John Morrison, The Miz, Bobby Lashley, Daniel Bryan, Big E, Randy Orton, and there's 13 to be announced.
I can see Daniel Bryan going for the Raw.
Yeah,
that'd be something different. Drew McIntyre versus Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I don't think that's been done too often.
No.
Because we already seen Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
So there you go. And everybody's and he was the first one to get himself in there. And he's probably he's always going to be near the end. So yeah, I think that definitely is an easy 4.
So who fights Roman Reigns though?
Yeah, see? So I mean, if Daniel Bryan goes and does that, then Roman's going to have to go into another feud. And the whole, I don't know what that dog did, sneezed. But Roman has already feuded, unless he does the Bray Wyatt again.
I don't know. See, I haven't watched enough to even have an opinion on it, so I can't.
Yeah.
I don't even have a feeling about what they would do,
Yeah, but I think really that doesn't, with the way wrestling's going right now, I think that's all they've been doing anyway. It's just throwing things against the wall, sticking. Right. I mean, look, I said it definitely on other podcasts that I thought Randy Orton had some of the best matches last year with the Edge and then all that stuff, and then they squashed him, when they brought up Keith Lee. But then he came back after that and started getting into that's when he beat Drew and then lost to Drew, and it's like he's really been up there. I don't think he'll be in the thing, but I can't see him and I can't see Randy and Roman doing something together. So
no,
maybe that's where somebody else has to come back.
Yeah, maybe.
Something else has to come in and play that out and stuff like that. Now the girls,
but somebody else like say if Cena comes back, he'll get eliminated by somebody that's not, and then they'll probably go at WrestleMania or something.
I've been hearing people are trying to still talk about The Rock and Roman.
I don't know.
But The Rock wouldn't stay, so he doesn't need the belt.
No.
That's why I can't jump onto that bandwagon either. It doesn't seem right yet. You need that. You need that belt off Roman, and you need Roman to go through this next year, kind of just having a hard time, but still winning. And still, because I mean, right now he's solid with Paul. He's really solid. But eventually, you can't keep calling yourself the head of the table when your cousin's a Rock.
Yeah.
You can't. Sooner or later, he's gonna show up, and he's gonna be like, look, you may have beaten our other cousins, but you haven't beat me for the head of the table. I was here before you,
Right.
But that there's no way I see that happening by this WrestleMania. That has to be next WrestleMania.
Right.
Unless The Rock screwed him tonight or tomorrow night.
Yeah, who knows?
That would be it.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to make sure it's charged.
So how's the music coming along?
I kind of took a break from it a little bit, just other things going on right now.
Yeah. Dude, I'm so lost in those Twitch things.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm in the thing, and I'm like, okay, it's cool. And then like when the train comes around,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and it's cool. I like what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
It's really nice.
It's working out well for him. It's definitely it's a new way to put yourself out there instead of, you're not getting that many outside things going on because of COVID,
Of course.
so
Yeah.
no one's going anywhere, so they're going there,
Yeah. Yeah. Like if Chrissy has a live on or something, she's doing a live. That's why I can we can't ever like pop in and like we'll pop in and it'll be late. But like, yeah, you just put it on in the background. You can play around or just have the music. Like there's just times we just got the music going.
Oh yeah.
So that's something big. And like that's why I've put Streamlabs on this computer too, because I want to do stuff like that. But it's like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. So there's like too many things to do. When really this is like these. Like I can do something with like Streamlabs for this. Like for some reason I don't understand why on this computer Zoom won't allow me to use the background, but Skype will. So I can have an instant background, so I wouldn't have to do this with sun.
Oh yeah.
I knew like I have another thing. Like sometimes I put this back there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I put that
you
back
gotta look,
there.
because Twitch does a lot of. You can do a lot of backgrounds with Twitch.
Yep. Yeah. And but linked in with the Streamlabs as well.
Yeah.
So like I'm getting accustomed to that, but I'm also getting like, with the more Twitch. Most of the time I go on, like they got the thing where you could just do it from your phone now instead of having to hook this computer up.
Yeah.
Because when she's live, that's the one thing is like that's when I want to go live, is when she's live, and then it's too much of an internet draining because she's doing that, because it's the gaming, then it's the streaming, and then it's the streaming to the computer too. That it kind of just like pulls it all. And then Molly's doing something like she'll just be over there. She'll be playing on the Switch. So she'll be in her little world. Playing with that puppy is crazy, man.
That's where you got to hardwire things if you're going to do that, to the router instead of using the Wi-Fi for anything.
Yeah.
You just got to hardwire everything that you're going to use, like for streaming and shit like that.
Like I have the hardwired, the PlayStation's hardwired, but as for like other things, that there's, definitely. Well, why we were a little behind is Molly's TV upstairs. We had bought it 9 years ago, when the Bayfront they upgraded all the TVs in the rooms. So they only charged us like $30 for it. It was a 32-inch, 720, whatever.
Yeah.
Cool. So we got that. Half the screen like went black. And
oh really?
Like you can see it, but it's really dark. So it's like one of those things where you take like a magnet and you kind of do it, but no magnet involved. So the screen kind of died out. So it's like, all right, we got these next gen systems coming out. Eventually, when I get one, I was gonna give her PlayStation 4. So but then she's putting it on a 720 and it wasn't gonna work. Well, the TV going down. So I looked around and I was like, okay, we can replace this TV or we can just upgrade the TV in the living room.
Yeah.
So I put a little something, the other prices were probably about $160 to $200, $400 out the door. I get 3 months of Apple TV and I got a 55 smart.
So, that's nice.
And
my old TV crapped the bed and Randy was like, I don't want another big, I was like, well, I said, if we go down in size, I'm going up in capabilities. So, so I got the 4K, all that crap. I said, we're getting that one.
Yeah. Yep.
So we got a 50-inch, but it's 4K, all that crap. And all that.
Yep. Yeah, the crystal clear. I looked at the 50s too. Oh man, we were up there, right? I think we pissed these old ladies off. They were together. I don't know if they were together, but you know what I mean. Like they kind of were like over there. So I get there and I'm like, all right, and there's only one left. And I'm like, okay, like that.
Yeah.
So then we look over there and Chrissy's like, what? She's like, you know what? Just do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. So we're gonna give the one in the living room to Molly, of course. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. Well, the old ladies were over this fucking box, like this fucking hoarded. And I'm like, man, fuck that. And so they're fucking go off. They're like, well, let's look over here for some other TVs. Man, I fucking went up to that shit. I was like, It's like that motherfucker right now. And I wrote that right. So we got in line real fast. And we seen him dragging like a little small TV. They kind of gave us a look, and I was like, yo, I was there first. I was looking at that. I was online last night looking at this TV, man. I know your old lady asses wasn't. You guys are probably taking your freaking geriatric pills or whatever you're doing. You was Metamucilin, taking out dentures like you was. I don't know what you do, but you weren't looking at this TV. It's mine.
Right.
But that's it. So that's in there right now. I got to play with it. The wall thing I bought supports up to a 55. So it's kind of like right there. So it's like it's kind of nice. I can just take the one off the TV, just walk it right upstairs, go to Molly's, and then I have to take Molly's off and unscrew the backing plates and
that's cool, man.
Yeah, a little something. I mean, we'll have an extra Fire Stick now, and this one's one of those Fire TVs because Chrissy has the Prime, so just kind of got to do it that way. So, I didn't really want to get a bigger TV, but it was like if you're going to make that next sense, you don't want to put, like I said, you don't want to put it on a 720. You want to get a 1080.
Oh yeah.
So
you want to upgrade
for her upstairs, because the one on the wall is a 1080. It didn't need changed, but now I have 12 more inches, so whatever. Yeah. So
it's always good. Bigger's always better.
It is, and like you said, it's that ultra crisp clear. And it's got the hookups. Now I get to see bigger turbo.
That's right.
Oh, dude.
You know, my little one in my where I have my mini hooked up in my room, it's like a 30-some inch, but man, that thing, it looks really good with the turbo, man.
Yeah.
Like
somewhat the same or a little better?
The better.
Okay. Because I know they did that with the Mega Mans. Like you can play around and get your different pixelizations. Or whatever.
You can do different things on that, but it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's real nice.
Yeah, that's so how many games are there? Like 40 or so?
Oh no, there's like 60 or something like that. Wow. There's hidden games. If you go on the PC Engine side, because they have the turbo and the PC Engine games.
Yeah.
So you could click back and forth, and then so you go to like there's shooters hidden inside other shooters, like Salamander. You do you press the select button like 4 times, and then this shooter comes up. It's like Space Force or something like that. It's
Salamander, I think, is Gradius 1. I think that's what that is.
And then they have like Twin B hidden in there. They have they got all kinds of different hidden games and stuff. But dude, the PC Engine shooters are friggin' amazing.
I bet they are.
Some of those the CD ones, like Spriggan and all those ones, are friggin' amazing, dude. The soundtracks and the there's Nina, but it's good. I'm like on level 4 of Castlevania Rondo.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Because I mean, you probably never got to play that one, huh?
Nope.
See, I have it, but then I have it over here now for my PlayStation 4. I went and bought that Castlevania thing, and I bought both of them. I bought the one that has like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Kid Dracula and stuff like that, and then the ones from the Game Boy, and then I have the other one that gives you Symphony of Night and Rondo of Blood, because that's that storyline right there.
Right. So, but then they have like some good RPGs. The like Newtopia, and Newtopia 2 is on there.
Yeah.
So I'm on midway through Newtopia 2. So.
Oh, see, I bought it for the Wii U because they have all those turbo games on there, but you can't individualistically look for the turbo.
Yeah.
You just have to. It's like newest, and it's just all there. But I went through and I looked at some of the things, but with the turbo back up, and then between that, I'm like that. But Newtopia 2 never got to play that. Dungeon Explorer 2 never got to play that.
And it's they have Soldier Blade, which is a shooter I always wanted to play, and they have what's the other ones? They have a ton of shooters. They have Superstar Soldiers on there.
How do you feel playing Vigilante?
Vigilante is not on there.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
nope.
Well, don't they have that other fighting game, China Warrior?
China Warrior's on there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They got some crazy. The Chinese side, they got some crazy ass games on there, man.
Yeah, I bet.
They're pretty good. Some
That's
of
what
them
I
you
heard.
can't play really good because it's all you can't tell what you're pressing because it's all in
Okay.
Chinese.
Okay. So
But
yeah,
for the most part, the shooters and all that, they are all you can just play those.
yeah, it's
There's
you
some
know,
role playing games though, like you're like, damn, I can't understand what they're saying. So how the hell am I going to play this?
yeah, yeah. It's like I don't know. I mean,
You
you
know?
could probably get like a guide and just kind of know which people you'd have to talk to. But like you said, if you come up to a question,
Yeah,
you know, like
it's
you don't know if you're buying or selling.
but for the most part, it's worth it. It's a nice little. I mean, there's games on there that I always wanted to have and I have now. So
Yeah, yeah. That's why that was the biggest thing that a lot of people got it for. And
yeah,
I mean, like when I was talking with those guys on that turbo board we're on, they
hmm
pretty much just said they would like there's some games on there that have never come over here and that
right,
they're like one of a kind.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, it's with that, and then with my turbo and the games I have for that, I have a nice collection now.
yeah, you do. You
You know,
do.
so
It's nice. And that's kind of where it's like before all this happened and with the COVID and stuff and people got hit, I started like rebuying some Super Nintendo and Nintendo lots and things like that. So I
yeah.
started collecting again. Like I got Iron Sword with Fabio on the front again. I tried playing it. I was like, man, I suck ass at this game. I didn't fucking beat that
Yeah,
game. It's
yeah,
amazing just trying to get back into it, but then having it. So like I brought down all my turbo games and I brought down my 3DO games.
yeah.
So I mean, that was just easy. That was just like, like this amount. And I put them in one of those little drawers that I have
Be
under
nice
there.
if they did like a GameCube Mini or something like that, or something like.
I think I mean, I don't know if it's in production, but I mean, it's possible. But I mean, is that going to be all of the GameCube's like line? Because I don't think the GameCube only had like what, a couple hundred games.
Yeah, it's still that's a lot.
It is.
You
It
put them
is.
all on there,
I mean, yeah,
or at
of
least
course you
half
get
of
like
them.
the Super Brawl Brothers or whatever.
Yeah,
You'd have that on there. You probably have whatever version of Wario or Mario Kart. Of course, they
yeah,
probably have Sunshine on there. I think that's
yeah.
it. That was on there. Yeah, and
Zelda.
it's Zelda. Yeah. Although sometimes they would have to put that on there because they put Zelda on the other ones.
Yeah,
But yeah, but a 64 one I think is the one that they really want. Like
yeah,
put that on there. But then what do? You can't put No Mercy on there because WWF or E now, and that's WWF. And
yeah,
then so there's so many ways to do it, and it's really cool. Like a 3DO one would be cool.
yeah, yeah,
They have
yeah.
a
It would
lot of
be.
games.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
Any of them would be cool. I mean, just get everything all in one where you don't have to buy all the damn games for it. So I'm all in one.
Yeah. Well, you see
You
those
know.
Nintendo cards they got now. You just put it in your Nintendo, and it's got like a
Oh
thousand
yeah,
games on it.
yeah. Well, they hacked the Turbo Mini. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
they hacked it already. So I'm like, I might have to
See, that's
look
the
into
one you
that.
have to buy two of them for, kind of like what happened with my turbos out here. So
Yeah.
you're fucking around with something. Somebody told me they hacked their turbo from the go, and they said whatever it did, it burned out, so they had to rebuy something.
Oh, really?
Something
Yeah.
happened. I don't know. I guess if you just looked for it, you would probably find out what happens.
Yeah.
But I think he overclocked it too. So
No.
that's more his fault, so that's probably
Mm,
why it burned out. But yeah, he got that, and that was the first thing he did with it. I was like, see, I would just want to keep it like that, and maybe if you had two, maybe do something like that, because you could do that
yeah.
with a Dreamcast too,
Yeah.
or your computer, but it just doesn't feel the same.
Yeah. Or I can get like an EverDrive for my regular turbo and
Mhm.
just have everything on there.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
That's really what that's really. But going back to it, like with all these like systems coming out, it's because of the demand. And it's driving up all the prices of the old systems. Like our little
Yeah.
cheap way of making a turbo buster.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's legit. That
Yep.
was legit. Like, and it's
Yeah.
only like a couple wires, so it really
Yep.
worked out, and it works out for my setup. That's why the turbo is just permanently
Yeah.
hooked up.
It's
But
nice and
yeah,
easy to hook up now.
it
You know.
is. It is because that one just stay there, and then I have the other wires, and I have the little power thing right here. So I just
Yep.
pull that out, and I boop, bloop, or if it takes three, bloop, bloop, bloop,
Yep.
and then I have still have that three system selector that has the PlayStation, Xbox, and
Yeah.
GameCube ending, which the GameCube, the 64, and the Super NES all use the same ending.
Yeah. See, with
So
the Mini, it's just HDMI. You just plug that bad boy right in, man.
I know.
It's so
Yeah.
fucking nice.
That's gotta be that's nice
It's
stuff.
nice. And the controller cord is
Yeah.
like 12 feet long, dude. It's
Jesus.
long as shit.
Now that is a big thing with turbo.
Yeah. Yeah, I could lay on my bed and play games now, and the TV's on the way at the other, That's like, it's like beautiful, man. It's like, oh, so
Oh, it
nice.
is. We got Molly one of those rocker chairs like I used to have the game chairs.
Oh, yeah.
We got her one of those. It's got like a base thing in the bottom, so it has this big grill. So like when you're
Yeah.
rocking, it's like,
Oh,
but it bases like this thing bases. You can hook some stuff into it. It can be like a Wi-Fi. I was like,
yeah.
who really does that? You already have surround sound, so
Yeah.
there's ways you can go and you can splice it in things. But yeah, it's really nice. So you just kind of like get there and you kind of just rock back a little bit. Of course, you fall back like we used to do when we were kids. But like you do that, and I'll say, dude, she was loving Final Lap Twin.
Yeah.
It was. She was like,
it's a
"This
fun
game's
game.
fun." Yeah,
It is fun.
and I'm surprised that after all those years that the controllers I have are such great condition. Like,
dude, those things are like something has to be said about the quality of the way that system was made, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was fast.
those turbo chips are pretty much indestructible.
Yeah. I had to talk with somebody about that like recently. I can't remember which thing. I was like, yeah, little cards. And they're like, what? And I was like, yeah, there's like little things like this. And I was telling them, it was in my one Discord thing. I was telling them about like how you could get the Turbo Express at this time. You've never been able to actually have the Turbo Express or a video game system like the Nintendo go with the Game Boy. But with the Turbo, you had the Express and you had the Turbo, and it both worked for both things.
Yep. So it was quite ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time.
Just badly marketed, and they got screwed with the third market titles, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they would have had all the licenses for all the games that they could have come out with?
Madden.
Yeah. I mean, come on.
And not TV sports football.
Yeah, right, exactly. If they were able to get the licenses, they were able to get licenses. I'm sure that system would have lasted longer than it did.
Yeah, and because I think that's what eventually buried it out was by the time the Duo came around, it was like with everybody was making that kind of transition, and the Sega CD was good, but it wasn't the 3DO. The 3DO really owned those systems, but then nobody really could afford the 3DO. So it was one of those things that originally that was like $400, $500. Then you had the Neo Geo. So, like when I was doing my video game, when I did my years as a gamer, and I go back through all the Atari games, all through the Nintendos, and coming up through the Super Nintendos, and me having some and not having some, and things like that. I bring those things up. It's like, you had those things, but I didn't bring up like the whole licensing of the Turbo. Because that was a big thing, and that's right. Splatterhouse looked good. Legendary Axe looked good. I mean, we remember that being in the commercials.
Well, Hudson Soft was a major one. Konami was on there. Yeah, but that was it. That was it.
Yeah, everybody else was just your SNK people.
Yeah. I mean, there was a work in designs, a couple of titles, but for the most part, none of the major ones were on there.
No. And that says a lot. Again, it comes back to it because the quality of the shooters that came from that era, man, that was just good. So they could put out almost anything, and that's and being able, like, you don't see that with systems with the fast and the slow and the medium speeds a lot too. And I was thinking about the other day, I was like, that was pretty much just like you could either play with like one of the 8-bit systems, or you could play with two of the 8-bit systems, and that would speed it up, and that's what it was able to handle all those speeds at that frame rate.
Right. Yeah.
And it was just, because there's people that would just put it on one, and there would be you on 4, and here's me on 3.
Yep.
Just flying around, playing blazing lasers, because you got to cover.
Yeah.
Like Aero Blasters. Me and Molly were playing that, and she's like, "This game is hard."
It is.
You really got to develop that team.
Yeah.
Have the succession of the.
Yeah.
Because playing it alone is fucking balls, man.
It is.
I've been trying to play Contras alone, and I'm doing well, but oh my god, not having like Dwan or anybody to have my back, because he was the one that would always have my back. on those, and then,
Right.
pass them on and you guys. But then, like,
Mhm.
it's like, I've done that now. So now I'm just getting bullets for all this. You got to cover it all.
Right.
What the fuck, man? It's still fun, but it sucks. It's like that. So I've been big into the Mega Mans recently. I've been playing X1 again. And
Right.
then I was playing part 1 again. I already beat part 2. So, and I got it for my Switch. It was whenever they had that sale, it was like $5, and I had like 519 on my card. And then I had
Yeah.
no, I think it was 10. And then I had like my points earned up from all the purchases I made, which is only like $5. So it came out,
Yeah.
it was like 20 cents. And I was like, here you go. And I've
Yeah.
always wanted that one. So I got it, but now it's, instead of it being on the PlayStation, it's on the Nintendo. So,
Yeah.
and the Switch Nintendo doesn't allow you to like stream.
Yeah.
So that's unfortunately, it's the sucky part
So
of it.
one awesome feature that these new things have, like Switch, the minis, is save states. Where
Yes.
I could play a game and then I get to a part, I could fucking save it right there.
Yes.
And then save my progress right where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
love that. If that was around back in the day, come on, dude.
Oh my God. So many more hours. Dude, like some of the, like, say, I would have saved state Wrath of the Black Mana. Because I didn't, like, at that time, you had to wait till, like, you either had to beat it or you had to wait till Nintendo Power came out, and it had to be in the cheat section that you actually were able to use that.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, it was so crazy to have like that save state or just the rewind. Like, in some of my Twitch, man, I'd be like,
yeah.
and I'm like, all right, let me try this. All right, I'm about to die, and I'll just wipe myself, and then it saves it, or it saves those cheesy little hits that they get, and you're like,
oh yeah, yep.
But the
like,
save
you can full
state,
power, like I've been doing it with the shooters. I'd full power myself, get through a bunch of the levels, starts getting hard, and I'm like, I know I'm gonna die soon, so I'll save it right here.
yes. Because we had the time to go through it again, but because we're older, we don't need to do that.
Right, exactly. Yep.
It freaking works for us, man.
Oh man, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful feature, man.
Like, right
man,
now,
if this would.
I was gonna say, I got my save state right outside of Digigated 1. So I went through Digigated 1, and I save state right outside of Jaquio's board. So it's like, I just kept running in and just fighting him again. And I was like, I'll do this another time.
Yeah, you get to a boss, if you can't beat him, you could save it and just keep trying. And until you get it, it's so much easier.
It's so much easier. And there's so much of a less waste of your life.
Yeah, it is. It's like, man, I don't have to go through the whole damn game again to get to this part. Fuck shit.
But some of the games are better too, like Dragon Quest to Dragon Warriors, completely different game almost.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest 1 is completely different than Dragon Warrior 1. Do the spells, naming my character Hades, as opposed like anything you name in Dragon Warrior 1, that's in Dragon Quest. That's what it is. But in Dragon Warrior 1, if you play Hades, you would get the best stats for like attacking and the most hit points. And you would get the sleep spell, and you could put the axe, the knight that has Erdrick's armor, you could put him to sleep. Dragon Quest, you can't put him to sleep.
Oh,
you got to actually beat him. So, I had to I had to walk away at level 8, level 9 like I used to, and go in some levels and go in some weapons and armor to go get a chance to fight him. But it was nice to do that again, and things that the little additions that they added to those games.
Yeah.
And then the save state, that's such a big thing you brought up, man.
And you get four slots per game on the mini. So you could and then you could just erase and then save over top of those too. So every time you get to a boss, I'll save it. And then if I beat them, I'll save the next day. You know what I'm saying? I'll just.
Yeah, because sometimes you got to walk out of these dungeons.
Yeah.
And you just walk out if you're playing one of those games. Like, you gotta get out of there. So, the save state, for the Dragon Warriors, that makes a big thing too, because you would always have to walk back and block and do it.
Yeah.
So I go right to the end and a bam, and then I go right. And like you said, there's a lot of states I can save this game in. Yeah. So once it's there, like some games have like 2 or 3, and then some have like just 8.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's just like, if I just do it under my name, I'm fine. If Molly plays under one of her names, she's completely wide open, for hers. It doesn't take any of that.
Yeah.
So much better.
Oh, it's so nice.
Better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's like,
I
man, if
didn't,
they had
you
that
know,
back in the day.
I know. So many hours saved, so many times. You know, like
Yep.
this, Dragon, what was it? Dragon Slayer. Remember
Mm-hmm.
how much we had to do for that?
Yeah.
Even what was the other one we played for the Turbo? Was it the Turbo? No. Was it the Sword? What was it? It wasn't Dragon's Quest. I have some for the 3DO.
Dragon's Lair.
Yeah, Dragon's Lair. Was it Dragon's Lair? It was Dragon Lair for the Turbo, wasn't it?
No, not for the Turbo. No.
No, Sega CD is the one we were playing
Sega
a lot.
CD.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what other. Yeah, I was thinking it was something else, but yeah, it was the Sega CD then. You know, and then but seeing that Night Trap deal on the Nintendo thing too, where you can play the Sega CD version, the 3DO version, and then the new version, which is so much better. Like when I was showing you those pictures where you actually could see the freaking stupid little cameras down, you could see them. Like you didn't have that in the other versions.
Yeah.
You had to keep flipping cameras. So like you could look over here and you're like, oh, it's over there, bam, and you're like, and you're boom, you're right on them. It's so much. It's another thing added to the game. But it's you're watching different things, but it's funny just to watch it again. The whole beginning where they all come in and they drive in. And, hey man, how you doing? You're like, oh, look at this. You know,
stupid.
I know the acting.
That's so bad.
Oh man, it's so that. And that's what it, I tell people about that too. Like, hook it up with that. I talk about Wing Commanders. And, like nobody knows about what was his name again?
Oh, Hobbs.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
Hobbs. You're on my wing for this one.
Yeah.
And then you always just the whole scenes, just watching them, and he'd be like, "Flint, got my back."
Yeah.
You freaking Skywalker guy. They're freaking so cool. I mean, and to have all that, and that's what we're talking about. Is some of it I think is the keys to life, like music, games, sports, just doing. Yep. I mean, we didn't talk much about like doing things with the family, but just creating that like path.
Yeah.
Right now, like what you've been in your cellar pretty much doing that for a while. You got anything else big going on?
No, not much, dude. Just working, chipping away at that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just getting that done.
Yeah.
Same, like I was telling
project.
You, just little things. It's like now that we got this table and this, I'm like, okay, this is going to be a craft table. Well, now this computer goes on it, and Chrissy does all of her shipping now because I was like, get out of work on a Tuesday or on a Saturday or a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. And I would have to run up to the highway and then get that in, mail that packages. But I'd have to sit there at the machine and like 10 packages. How you doing, Piper?
He says, hi. She just came back from her gymnastics meet.
How'd she do?
She did really good. 3rd place.
3rd?
Oh my goodness. Look at all the medals. Show them all the medals.
Good job.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. It's, it comes back to the whole thing of like going forward in life and, those great accomplishments that you get to have and spend time with, and that's like we were talking the other day on the text about, just missing some of this stuff and not being able to do it. And that's when I was talking, and it's like, I want to do this. I want to go compete, and I want Molly to compete. And like I said, if I have to quarantine and we can work out something, that's good. We can. Like, I'm fine. Like, I even thought of it this way. I've even thought of a backup plan. I was like, look, I will stay away from all of you. I will literally take all of my stuff, electric stuff, move it to the far back where nobody goes.
Right.
Plug it in. I will come in with gloves on for a whole week. And I'll even take that following Monday off. So I'll take the time off for the tournament.
Yeah.
I'll stay away from everybody. But the thing is, in the end, they're going to be like, well, what about your accounts? We need you going in with this. We need you going in with this. We need you doing this. And it's like,
it's all about personal protection. Just make sure you're protected yourself, man.
yeah, that's right. Like if I have to go, oh yeah,
Somebody popped in.
yeah, she's got her hair all done. She was like, whoops, sorry. But she's got it getting dyed right now. It's almost like yeah. But yeah, like I wear that. And when people, like a lot of people are, I'll just say like Chrissy's parents, they're at this point, they don't understand how I haven't got it yet.
Oh, really?
Where I go. But it comes down to just being safe. Like I was this way anyway. I had sanitizer in my truck when COVID happened. I had 2 bottles of sanitizer.
Yeah. As long as you're wearing a mask, you're taking care of yourself, washing your hands, doing what that. You don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah. The one thing I find out that I find is really hard, and they kind of gave us some wipes, is a lot of my deliveries won't let me in. So if I get this certain thing where I get like 7 or 8 or 9 deliveries in, eventually my hands like get really dirty, even though I keep sanitizing. So when I get a chance to wash it, like I'll wash it, and of course you'll see the dirt come off. But so that's unfortunate one thing that that we got to do out there. But even so, going in the hospital, I don't want to not, I don't want to jinx myself. But yeah, it's just about protection and making sure that you're just safe.
Oh yeah.
And it's worked. It's worked. I mean, I went to karate where I'm unprotected. I am fighting. I'm getting sweat. I'm sweating on others. We're exchanging sweats.
Are they taking your temperature when you go in there and stuff like that, though?
Yep. They take it and they've written it down this entire time.
Yeah. They do that at the gymnastics place. All the girls have to get their temperature taken before they even get in. Yeah. And then they get sanitized, and then they go in and they don't use their mask.
Yep. Yeah, and that's like the best thing. So like, for like us, like I've been asked that question. Like I had it brought up to me just yesterday by one of the other people that were on at the Tipsy Bean, Giselle. She goes, I don't know how you guys got away with no masks during that time. And I'm like, I don't know how I got away. We got away with 10 to 15. It was about 15 Hollywood people, 30 students.
Oh yeah.
Like 40 people. And at that point, we were not even allowed to have 6 in the building.
Yeah. Well, as long as you ain't coughing on each other and
No, nobody really coughs, but
then it's fine.
Yeah, and we clean afterwards. We do the whole spraying of the mats, and we brush. We do all that stuff. So it's like you said, you're just safe. You just be smart. That's the easiest
all you gotta
thing
do is
to
be smart.
Yeah, I mean, even when like I just seen Brandy roll behind you there.
Yeah.
Even when she goes to do the dog food.
Yeah.
We all have our masks.
Yeah.
We all stay away.
Yeah.
All kind of just, that's kind of what happens. We put them down in front of the door. We walk back. And then they'll take care of it and they'll walk it out. Like we just do it. And there's sanitizer all over that place. So, it's like I sanitize coming in, sanitize coming out, get in my car, sanitize some more. I don't know what else. There's.
It's not you. It's not you, dude. It's other people that are ruining it for everybody. It's those people that are out. Like I went to go pick up wings at Chippers the other night. Okay. And went in to pick them up. There was not one person in that bar wearing a mask, and they're all yelling and shouting and screaming at each other. And I'm like,
getting rough and rowdy.
What do you think's happening here?
Yeah.
That's what's going on. Once they get into the bars and things like that are open, they're not wearing a mask. No, they're not wearing a mask.
That's the thing. Even if they're all up running around and doing that shit, now that's of course breaking the rules. But that's the whole laughable point of the thing is that, but you can go to a bar and you can sit down and do all this shit.
Yeah.
You can't stand. But that's what I said. Like that's why I can't take it. It's like you're still doing the same shit in some place and you still have like 20 people. Like it doesn't, like the whole thing. It doesn't just go over your head.
Yeah. No.
It doesn't. So but if it's so hard because like they need that money coming in the door to make to pay.
But it's all about personal responsibility. That's what I was trying to tell you.
Yes.
Personal responsibility. You have to take care of yourself and you got to look out for others. You know what I'm saying? And people are unwilling to do that.
Yes.
They're ignorant. They're selfish, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. And we know how nasty people are in the first place.
Yeah.
We know, we've known this for years. So like I said, if you already had this as like your everyday thing, other than the masks and the gloves,
Right.
it's easy to make that transition. And, like when I would go on my mask rants, it's most of the time because I don't like things on my head and I don't like things on my face. And like I got a hangnail right there, right now. I had to take it down as far as possible all day. Like, what was it? Thursday. It came in at the end, and like I was like, I'm just gonna avoid it, and it kept ripping more, and I'm seeing it go down. And I'm getting all freaked out. I'm like, it's gonna rip, and I'm gonna get mad, and And then, but when for me, when I take off the mask and stuff like that, like my head is hot and I'm rubbing it. It's just, for me as a person, I've never been a hat guy, so anything on me. Things, but like I said last one, I've overcome some of that. I can't overcome it all. Like these masks that they gave us now, like wears into my it wears in right here. And then because of my ear, if I have like a puffy day, like say I'm just a little like warm that day, but not hot, COVID hot, whatever you want to call it, the strap pushes up against the thing and it's uncomfortable and it rubs. It's very uncomfortable, and unfortunately, I have to put up with it. At times, I don't want to because that's what gets me angry, and that's what leads to those posts.
Well, I don't. I would get some like personalized one. I got Chiefs masks, and they got the bands that go all the way around. They don't go around your ears.
I've had that too, and I think it messes with my glasses because I use sunglasses, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because the one comes up right here, so it goes over my glasses. So if I put my glasses over it, and then the one around the neck still goes through there, that's the problem. Is the scars all the way down here?
Yeah.
So there's no way around it. It sucks. It does. Like I'll come home and this ear will be like that red, and or maybe that red, and my other one will just be like that. It'll just be regular color, just because the pressure. And then some other days it's not as bad, but still. You could tell there's irritation going on.
Right.
So, and that's what sucks, but they're not going to not let me not wear a mask. They're not going to change the job for that reason. They're not going to do that.
We have to wear a mask all day, dude.
Yep.
No matter what. Even if I'm in the back and nobody's around me, I still have to have that mask on.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
All day.
Sucks. I see. I can't go back to your question. I can't wear my Bring the Pain one anymore, because it was inciting podcast talk with some of my customers.
Oh my goodness!
A couple managers called in and complained because they were like, one of our employees, asked your employee, and they're like, how do these go down? I was like, I walk in, they see the mask, they say, great design. What is that? I say, it's my podcast. So I'm only to wear a black one that they provided me, but everybody else is wearing their stuff. Yeah.
I wear my Chiefs mask. They don't say shit about that.
Yeah, I want to switch it up too, but I was walking on thin glass there for a minute. And rightfully so. And that brings me, that's why I brought up what I did yesterday in Control. You can understand it. I can understand if they look at me and they go, you can't take your daughter. You can't go on this. This is a business problem. You have to quarantine when you get back. We shouldn't have to cover you, even if you use all your vacation for one. If I go to a second or a third tournament, I'm out of vacation immediately. So then, I'm not saying we're going to be going to Texas this year. I think the first one's going to be in Pittsburgh. And that's even if it happens. It might not happen.
Yeah, it might cancel it.
Yeah. And that's the problem is if they do it and we do go and it's in the same state, that's fine. If it's outside, they can have a problem with that. And that's the thing is, okay, what do I do then? That would be like looking at Piper and saying, I mean, Brandy does a lot of that, whereas Chrissy doesn't. And if I have to drive to Cincinnati, Chrissy's not going to drive to Cincinnati. I'm not saying she can't. But I'm the driver. We know this. That's a 6-hour drive. I've never known Chrissy drive 6 hours. I've never driven 6 hours, except for my job or sporadically. Not 6 hours one way. I've never done that.
Yeah.
So even that's something to go over. But You know, so and
I
then
think
the
the
whole
rule
aspect
is
of
if you're there for less than 72 hours, you don't have to quarantine.
see, that'll work out. The only one I think that'll be a problem is the Texas one.
Yeah, because you're gonna be there longer.
Yeah, we gotta leave Wednesday and stuff like that.
Always keep a lookout on what states are still in that, because they change all the time.
Yeah, when you brought that up, I was like, that's a good idea, you know. So definitely, I'm gonna got to keep that into mind because you know I want to be able to compete. This is why we're doing it, but I don't want to hold her back either because this is her sport. So
yeah,
that's the thing, and you know I think that everything should work out. I think that I do the PPE perfectly. If there's things that we have to attest, they could do that, or they could just turn their back when I get back.
Right.
And I'll make sure that I'm good, and I'll make sure that, you know, I take care of it.
Right.
Because I don't want to have to come to the decision to where I have to choose the job or her. That's hard. You shouldn't have to do that, but because of COVID, we have to.
Right.
So
it's tough.
It is, but
challenging times.
that's what creating your path is all about in the end, anyway.
Yeah.
You know, whatever makes your family happy, whatever you do, you know that you're going forward at a good speed. You know, if you have to lose a job, I guess at $5 an hour or $6 less an hour to do something, I guess like maybe when I got into this, that was my idea, was to go to a tournament that last year or sometime within the next year, and to push Molly and be there is like, okay, my dad's here supporting me, my team's here supporting me. Let me make it, but we all just step back and we let her make that decision because it is a contact sport. You know, you have to be all in to get punched in the face, pretty much, or take a kick.
Right.
Anywhere. You could take it anywhere. You could take it to the chest. I mean, I was out for a month with my rib.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's for me, it's creating that and doing that and finding it all together to work. And if everybody's on board, there's nobody unhappy. If everybody isn't on board, do what you got to do. But in the end, it's about those smiles, you know?
That's right.
I want to win, and I want to be first place, and I want to hold that trophy up, and I want to go bring the pain because I know I did. I know I brought the pain if I win, even if I lose second place, third place. It doesn't matter. It's just it's not even, this is, people go, oh, you're having a midlife crisis? No, I'm not. No, it's just because we can't go to movies and there's no new movies and we don't really, I'm doing this with my daughter. It's amazing.
Yeah.
You know? I'm doing things I never thought I could ever do.
It's pretty cool.
The kicks, like, I'm like, the one guy's like, I was like, no, I just got to open up. He was like, dude, you're kicking over your head. You don't even know it. And I was like, oh. And I'm like, you know, I'm coming in like last week. I was really, really angry because because I've gotten a little bigger. My flak jack, because of the rib, well, it's fine now, but I was still wearing it. It was like hard to get off. So last week, like I was fighting, like I couldn't breathe. I was like,
wow.
Yeah. So I had to take my step out. So this week I went without it and I didn't have that problem.
Oh.
So the steps, as I move towards that direction, it's done things. It's just that. And I think, you know, you could say you're looking at somebody working out now or doing this or that. I have no problem with this. I love it. I like the camaraderie. I didn't mind being on that show.
Right.
And I think in the end, it's great to have, I think that's where people lose fact is that like, you have to have this kind of job. But I think as long as you have a job, you take care of your own, and your life is complete, like you can't want anything else.
Right.
So, except maybe a Super Bowl win.
Yeah, that'd be nice. 2 in a row. I'd love it.
That's what we're talking about, Dave. So you got anything else? You got something for me?
I'm good, dude. I'm just, bring the pain, right?
Yeah. Did you get a chance to listen to any of my latest stuff?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
Work's been busy, so I haven't had a chance to really put my earbuds in, but I will. I'll catch up.
It's kind of been kind of not crazy because it's people still don't drink it, but it's like we had to take routes and move them away and around on the. Like I had to combine my Wednesdays because the one guy had like 2 stops on the one day. And then, so he took my Northeast run. So I put everything on Wednesday. Now I have a Wednesday where I'm hanging out inside. So it's like we've made the things, but it's made those days longer. So it's like, all right, cool with that. So, that's the best time to podcast. And when I'm inside, I go into the room where kind of Keith is, but upstairs, or wash. And I just put the podcast on and stuff.
I'll tell you what, if the Chiefs win, we'll do another podcast.
We're going to do a lot more. We're going to do more about like, when we get into it, like a little more music and stuff like that. Like I always wanted to do one about Mike. Not so much even about him, but just like when I got into it, when I did my top 10 reasons why I like electronic music, and I'm listening to more of the music now and like Rob Zombie, and I'm understanding more of who had hands in it. And that's why Mike was number 1, is because he really started that, that trend to where I didn't really need words and music. You know what I'm saying? The scratching, the bass, all that stuff is eventually what set it up for me liking electronic music and finding Lunatic Calm because of Need for Speed. Yeah. So, like it's that. And then I was, like I said, when I brought up White Zombie's remix album, Super Sexy Swinging Sounds, it's literally all techno. It just listens like techno. Yeah. So, bless you. Not to anybody on the podcast. But yeah, it just, to me, it made me understand it more. So,
just wait till this album comes out, dude. His album's coming out in mid-February. It's amazing. From what I heard so far.
And I mean, the songs he's been releasing, they're going to be on it, right?
There's a lot of good stuff on there.
See, my problem is my Beatport password. I can't get into it. It's like when I go to the email, it doesn't send me the right. I don't know. There's something wrong. I still have to figure it out. But like wherever I can grab it, like right now, the only thing I have for my music is YouTube stuff, which is kind of crappy. But if it appears on there, or I have to get the Beatport. But that's I'm waiting for it to come out. But
it's amazing, dude. It's called Another Dimension. It's pretty slick.
I gotta say, that's like the emo. I kind of like the Other Dimension kind of side to it.
Yeah.
Space. And
it's pretty slick.
Above and Beyond, that's the one that I really have that's on my USB stick in my truck. So like
Another Dimension's almost like that song a little bit. It's the song Another Dimension, it's like that. Above and Beyond.
Yes. He's always been about space and stuff.
Yeah. It's really good though, dude. You'd be surprised. There's some good stuff on there. I can't say anything about it. I'm sorry.
I know you can't. But one thing is like when I started like seeing Mike transition into the electronic stages, that was like then setting up this.
Right.
And it all melds. What more can you want?
Oh, I know.
It's great.
It's just crazy. He'd be talking and he'll be working on some music in the background and I'll hear it. And then like a month down the road, I'll hear this song. I'm like, oh, that's what you were working on.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Still to this day, when we heard him and TSOM, or not TSOM, Drill the Player and all them. We all met them the first time and they were making that song. It was like, gotta look for that song. And here's to this day, same stuff still happening.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
It's good stuff.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Well, I know I can't take too much more of your time.
Right.
So
I gotta celebrate with Piper.
Yeah. I saw her come in and I knew that was like, okay, let's get this wrapped up. We talked about a few things, but we'll get that together and maybe one day you can get that podcast guy.
I know, right?
When a long time. It's not needed now.
Right.
And it was sung horribly.
Yeah.
You have to auto-tune me like, no.
Right.
I think maybe if I just cut out me trying to sing like the girl, like I'm a podcast guy.
Yeah.
I might be okay.
I'll try to work on some stuff for you.
But in time, man. In time.
Yep.
I again, every time, like I said, I always got your music tag up there. Anybody ever pops that stuff out, that's it. And I'm always thankful for what you've done with things that make me a jerk beat. I love that beat. I love to bring the pay beat. Sometimes I'll just randomly put them on in the car when we're driving down the street.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
One
Cool.
time I had the windows down and this lady like looked over at me when I was like, "Bring the pain."
Yeah.
And Molly was like, "This lady just looked at you."
That's pretty cool. Awesome, man.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording, and then we'll end up everything else there. So if you want to give any tags out or anything anybody wants to find you out, if you have a SoundCloud or anything that you want people to sample your music or is hear any part about it or find you in any way, give it out.
Oh no, I'm. Find me on Facebook.
Oh yeah, the book of the face, huh?
Yeah.
All right, my brother, man, you have a great one, and always remember to bring the pain. Oh yeah.
All right, man. See ya.